Hi guys, Jacob Rees-Mogg claims to be a religious man. He claims to be a Catholic. Frankly, as an ex-Catholic, I don't know how he squares some of the things he believes as a politician with his Catholicism. But another religion of Mogg's is Brexit, and like the head of the Catholic Church, he believes himself or Brexit to be infallible. Brexit is perfect, no one dare speak ill of it. Here he was challenged with the realities of the economy as a consequence of Brexit, and Mogg retreated back into his cult-like behaviour. Have a listen.
Is it time for you to perhaps rethink the whole Brexit question? I mean, there is now mounting surety in the OBR that Brexit is a 15% lag or has a 15% impact on trade intensity with Europe. We know that that figure of a 4% impact on GDP is one that they still hold to. I mean, that's been the other factor, isn't it, that nobody wants to talk about, that since Brexit growth has been low, it's not gone well.
I would encourage people to read an excellent article by Oliver Wright in the Times today that pointed out that the OBR's scare stories on Brexit are just wrong, and it's gone.
Okay, so he's suggesting that people believe the Times, which is owned by a Brexiteer. You should listen to the Times, an article in the Times over the Office for Budget Responsibility, which is responsible for providing forecasts to the government, to the Chancellor of the Exchequer, when he or she producing their budget. That's who he's suggesting. So listen to the newspaper that's pro-Tory, pro-Brexit, and not to the independent OBR. Okay.
Got its figures wrong, as it's got its figures wrong on so many of its forecasts. Brexit is a huge opportunity for supply-side reforms. That's what the Chancellor was talking about. The one positive thing of his budget was talking about the supply-side reforms, getting billions of pounds into the economy by dealing with Solvency II and issues like that. So there are huge opportunities there, getting rid of some of the 2,400 laws from the EU that make us inefficient.
Have you seen today's
We must
poll?
really be getting on with that.
Okay, so once again, we're back to the believe in Brexit. Now, he mentioned two things here. He mentioned supply-side reforms and he mentioned Solvency II. Now, first, supply-side reforms are about, what he's talking about here is deregulation. Deregulation, privatization, and other ways of stimulating growth. But, you know, we're talking here about deregulation in particular. This is what Brexit has all been about. You know, a bit of racism for the voters, but disaster capitalism for its investors. Deregulate, remove protections for workers, remove protections for the environment, remove protections for products, product standards. Allow companies to do whatever the hell they want. This is what the backers, the real backers of Brexit wanted, and they achieved. And they are achieving at the moment. And some of this has gone pear-shaped, of course, but they're still supporting it. Now, the other thing he's talking about is Solvency II. This is an EU regulation or law that puts a requirement on insurance companies to have a certain amount of capital to avoid insolvency. So what Jacob Rees-Mogg wants to do is remove that protection. He wants to increase the risk. Now, who will benefit from this? Well, insurance companies would benefit. Ordinary people, of course, it's nothing to do with them. Brexit, from Jacob Rees-Mogg's point of view, was nothing about ordinary people. It's nothing to do with ordinary people. It's about businesses, allowing businesses to operate more freely, getting rid of these ridiculous protections for workers or protections for the environment or product standards or protections for the consumer. No, dump all that. Allow businesses to do whatever the hell they want. That's the type of Brexit that Jacob Rees-Mogg wanted and is still supporting. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.